You're in 4th grade, and it's the last day of class. Do you remember the feeling of having no work to do all day, having no homework assigned? Do you remember cleaning out your desk, looking through all the do-a-tangs and notebooks you were about to take home? Do you remember how warm it was? Do you remember that smooth and sweet breeze wafting in from the door leading outside and letting the sun peek in? Do you remember summer just a day away and the energy in the air? Do you remember your teacher asking a volunteer to close the blinds as they wheeled in the TV? Do you remember looking down and seeing all your snacks on your paper plate? Sugar cookies, bite-sized brownies, and party mix with Sun Chips, Doritos, Cheesies, and pretzels galore. A can of soda to your side. Do you remember looking over to your friends, seeing them look back at you, trading snacks and getting ready to sink into your chair as Luxo Jr. bounces across the screen on the TV and that Pixar logo in all its glory fades away and The Incredibles finally starts? Chances are, if you've ever gone to school, you know the scene I'm describing. For whatever reason, the last day of class in elementary school has this almost universal scene associated with it. It's the one I just described to you. And it's something almost everyone recognizes when they're reminded of it. It's one I forgot until very recently, but one that I felt very strongly about when reminded that it exists. You know the one. Do you remember how carefree you were? How simple things were back then? How easy it was? How even though you were enjoying yourself, you'd always glance back at the clock every minute or so to see your freedom come closer and closer until... Every last day of class is a bit different. Maybe your teacher had you play games, or maybe they organized a potluck, or maybe they had you all go outside and run around on the grass. But between all those slight variations on the same last day of class, there's always something that stayed the same. Your excitement. There was always just something so exciting about the last day of school. Not just because every day becomes a, hey dude, let's come over and play Smash and eat junk till we're sick day, or not just because your family is taking you on a road trip this summer and mom said you could play any song you want, and not just because of the sheer bliss and rebellion of seeing chips, bite-sized brownies, and sugar cookies on a small paper plate in front of you while your teacher wheels out a TV to watch a non-educational movie for once. But because of anticipating what was to come. You gotta admit, as great as that day was, as much as you were thinking about everything you wanted to do with your summer free time, there was always a part of you thinking about what comes next. And maybe you didn't recognize it then, but as great as it was, as much as you were thinking about everything you wanted to do with your summer free time, there might have always been a part of you thinking about what comes next. What comes after grade 1? What comes after grade 2? What comes after grade 3? What comes after grade 4? And exciting as it is to think about that, there's a bit of fear there too. That's where the excitement comes from. I mean, excitement comes from the same place as fear. The hormones causing that reaction in your body are the same. Excitement is a response to fear. But was there ever anything to fear in the first place? I think for a lot of us, it's being in a period of transition, being between point A and point B, being between 4th and 5th grade. Transition is unstable. It isn't safe. Things haven't mellowed out yet. We don't know if things are going to be okay or even if they're going to be comfortable. When you really start thinking about it, it starts getting scary. Who knows if things are ever going to be okay again? Or if things are ever going to be easy again, or comfortable, or even acceptable. Does this mean now I'll get more homework? Does this mean now the work is harder? Will I be in the same class as my friends? Will I have friends? Breathe. It's just 4th grade. Transitions are hard, and that's okay. No one wants to be a leaf flying around in the wind. No one wants to be untethered or lost. But you aren't. Dial it back. You're just moving. It's just like taking a step. When you lift your foot from the ground, you've got to balance on one foot for a bit. That's what transition is. And that's okay. Because just like your foot always lands in the same place when you walk, just like life goes on now when you live through summer after summer, you'll be okay after every period of transition one way or another. And there's a bit of fun to be had in transition. So enjoy the cookies, chips, brownies, and soda while you have them. Those are the perks of transition. You get a little something you normally wouldn't get, and you get to enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.